Alright, this is how to troubleshoot your audio in your home theater or TV. First thing you want to do is check if you have a brownout or a blackout in your house or a surge, any kind of electrical surge. You want to first, on your surge protector, unplug your surge protector from the wall. Wait about 2 minutes for everything to discharge, and then plug it back into the wall and wait a full 5 minutes for everything to boot back up properly. What I mean by that is a Dish Network, a DirecTV receiver, or a cable box. It takes about like 5-10 minutes for it to fully boot up. I know mine's booted up properly when the clock comes on. Then it's safe to turn on the cable box and TV. Otherwise, if you turn it on before the clock comes on, then you screw up the software and you have to hard reset it all over again. Alright, and that should cure your problem because it does for me. Next thing you want to do is say you bought a new TV and you're using now HDMI cable. So if you are not, make sure it's plugged in securely in the back of your cable box, and then it's plugged in the right input in the back here. And mine's plugged in HDMI 1 right here, like so. And then I got the DVD player, Blu-ray player connected HDMI 2, and then the optical output to my surround sound, and then the reason why I have it that way is when my wife doesn't like having the surround sound on. She doesn't like all that bass, so she just turn on the TV and have TV volume. Alright, so sometimes you have to change the settings on your cable box, and to do that you want to hit cable settings. Obviously make sure your light's on. The cable box obviously has to be turned on. I shouldn't have to tell you that. Go to audio, and once you go to audio, on mine it doesn't have that, but most cable boxes it'll say audio out. Set it to HDMI out if you're using HDMI cable. If you're using white and red cables, there's composite analog cables, then change it to analog, or else you're not going to get any audio. Sometimes you have to hold down the power menu or something. There's a sequence. Call up your cable company, get that to find out all that stuff. Alright, because you might have to change some settings around. But I don't know what kind of cable box or Dish Network or DirecTV box you have. So make sure all those settings are proper. Sometimes also your HDMI port might be bad. To find out if your HDMI port is bad, take your Blu-ray player and plug it into a replacement of this. And if you're still not getting any having problems with it, then it's either that input's bad or the TV's bad. To find that out, you have to hit TV and change it to a different input and see if you're getting audio video coming out of that. Okay? If you are, then there's something wrong. Next thing you want to do is if you're not getting audio out of your home theater system, what you want to do is make sure your optical cable or your white and red cable going to your home theater system, that all those cables are fine, and make sure right here they're plugged into the right input. See, mine says TV input, so I plug that in. Make sure you have that red light if you're using an optical cable. Alright, now plug that in, make sure you hear the click, and then make sure you're on the right input on this thing. Just like that. Alright? And then you should be getting audio. If you're not, then you have your settings. You might have to change it to optical or digital if you're using an optical cable. Or if you're using analog, you might have to switch it to analog. But usually those settings are set properly if you first time you had to connect and it's working. Alright, I'd say everything is connected from your cable box and your DirecTV, your cable box and your Blu-ray player, and it goes to your home theater first. See, my system right now is connected to my Blu-ray, my cable box, and those HDMI cables are straight into my TV. Then I got the optical output, audio output, to my surround sound. So what I have to do is I hit menu, When I hit menu on here, and you go to sound, some TVs you have to change this to TV speakers off, and then I'll put to the surround sound, or it'll say external speakers, which is surround sound, or HT, which home theater. Make sure that is on. Alright, and when you turn off the TV speakers, then it outputs to surround sound on some TVs. So make sure your sound settings are configured right, and for it to pass through your TV, outputting to your surround sound unit. Alright, so anyhow, let's say you have that and that, your cable box and your Blu-ray player, HDMI cables or whatever cables you're using, plugged straight into your home theater system. Alright, what you want to do is make sure all the connections are securely plugged in the back, and then you should have HDMI out. See, look right here. I don't know if you can see that. All those HDMI cables right there. So you can actually hook up satellite and HDMI and all these others, and then your HDMI out to your TV. Alright, so make sure you have that all properly set, configured, and make sure it's all secure, all those wires are securely put in your TV. Then if it's on HDMI 3, your home theater unit, it's connected to HDMI 3, what you want to do is then change it to HDMI 3. Then everything should be working fine. But here's the problem. If this and this is plugged into your home theater, if your home theater is not turned on, you're not going to get a picture. Your home theater has to be turned on for it to pass through to your TV. Alright? So this is a little bit more complicated setup, but if you're using a Logitech remote, then you just hit one button and then it should get you there. But so if you have anything wrong with your home theater system, where it's shorted or whatnot, then all these other devices are not going to pass through here, and then that is not going to give you video on your TV. Alright, so make sure that this is working properly, this is on the right input control it. You know, wherever I have you plugged it in. So if you have your satellite plugged in, the satellite input in the back of your receiver, make sure it's on sat. Then you get audio and video coming out to your TV. Let me know if you think this is a helpful video, or what can I do to make a better video to help you with your problem. And just post positive comments regarding like how can I make the video better, and saying you suck, because I know I'm not a professional or whatnot, and I know this is pretty much a crappy video. I'm not clueless. Let me know what I could do to make it better. Don't tell me that it just sucks. That's not gonna help me. I need to know what can I do to make my videos better to help you guys out, because that's what I'm trying to do, is help out the public with their problems, with their audio problems or video problems, using my job experience. That's all. Thanks.